simple words, and they stir emotions and feelings across the entire state of Alabama, which can be felt and in many cases starts blood to boiling because rivalries like this define this great sport. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Auburn Tigers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll go to the ground. And some room to work. Breaks into the open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
You know, in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football if you're going to win games. And you can go on and on talking about great Auburn running backs back in the day, but right here, right now, if this team's going to win an SEC championship, they need to force-feed this guy the football and let him go to work.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
I'll tell you what, you want to quiet this crowd down. You want to do something demoralizing to your opponent. Establish the run game early on offense.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Gonna run it. It's Pryor. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Right back to the well. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Running into the open space. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
How about that first drive? The hardest thing to do in college football is win on the road. They're the underdog coming into a hostile environment. What do? Possession 1, go right down the field and shut everybody in this building up.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They'll run it out of the shotgun. There he goes. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
On the ground, it's Markham. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
A really good play by this defense. Seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back on the ground.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. He'll try to do it himself. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And this QB has the ability to make huge plays and scramble around and do things off schedule. But that time he coughed it up. Did a great job of getting outside the pocket, but the defense closed in, forced the fumble, recovered it. Great job by the defense.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line.
And these are my favorite type of running backs. Guys that run angry, that break tackles. Even when nothing's there, Jesse, they're still going to get me positive yards. Give me that guy all day long.
These were my favorite types of defenses to play against. Ones that don't tackle well and don't use the proper fundamentals. Obviously, I was never the guy carrying the football myself, but hey, we're going to be racking up yards, moving up and down the field, scoring points, and that is beautiful if you're on off.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. They go to the ground. Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tigers looking to convert on 4th down. Just going to keep it after the snap. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl is a civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
The give to the back. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. The give to the back. They would not let him get close. Stopped at the 26. It'll be 4th down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Rolls onto the field. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes second down. Motion from the back. Gonna swing it on second down. And he left that one short. Tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
Makes the catch. At the 45 on his way. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Gets the back moving. Second down, they'll go to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And he'll bring it back. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They've already put up a couple of scores, and now they have it again up 10-3. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Caught in the backfield, it's Bobo. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Quick release by the QB. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I love early in a game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
And the Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Leaves it with the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Defense. Needed that stop badly. They gave up a touchdown. They gave up a field goal. Here they are in the 3rd possession. They've got to find a way to get off the field. So really nice job on a critical 3rd down, forcing an incompletion.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Looking for a gap. It's Peppers. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job making the play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Yeah, great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran with.
Hits the afterburners. Touchdown, Bama! And once he found open. The band might as well start playing. The extra point here would tie the game. When that receiver got 3, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Got out of trouble and throws. Finds his man. It's Pryor. Corralled and brought down by the defense. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here. I'm looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Finds the tight end. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too.
They snapped it to the up end. He's on the run. And they roll the dice, and it ain't snake eyes. They pick up the first down.
Nobody in this stadium was expecting fake punt there. 4th and inches, you thought you'd just leave the offense out, maybe you quarterback sneak and see if you can get it, but the fake punt works perfectly. Obviously, they didn't have far to go, but it made it interesting. But they pick up the first, and the drive stays alive.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Auburn to the line in a hurry. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Auburn people love to recite their creed, and I think somewhere in there, it's you should run the football well.
That's definitely a part of their blueprint. Every championship team, every great Auburn team starts with the big guys up front, paving the way, running the football, establishing that first will make the Auburn fan base proud.
Zings it complete to the right. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Off-play action. Got him downfield. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. So, Jesse, they're able to connect on the crossing route against the zone. You run that pattern against that coverage. What do you have to keep in mind?
Well, the receiver needs to know where the soft spot is in the defense so he can gear himself down. And the quarterback, Reese, has to play with great timing. Because if he's too early or too late on the throw, that might get picked.
Got the first down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, 1st and goal. Motion from the wideout. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Under fire. Looking for the goal line. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They'll try to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Auburn. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Man, it just means more in the SEC, and take a look at how things are playing out here. Texas is on the ropes, and for all the hype around this program, maybe the most fertile recruiting base in football, it's clear this program is not back. They're trailing by 21 to Miami. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They'll go to work trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
To the air on 2nd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Turning it on! Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
2nd down, he'll throw it. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught. But how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Sims. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Breaks into the open. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. You can go way back in the history books to the wish wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Gives it on the option. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run it from the gun. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Alabama pushing the tempo. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Touchdown time! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in the because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Nice job. All of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Man, if I'm the offensive line, I got to do a better job initially protecting my quarterback. And then once he scrambles out of that pocket, he starts to go to the left, I got to stick with the play because then he gets whacked at the end of the play. And instead of helping my quarterback up, I got to make sure I protect him a lot better moving forward.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. On the run, still looking. Grab behind the line. It's Pryor.
And that's why this QB's speed is such an asset. He can use it to his advantage, buy himself time to make a nice throw down the field.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. Trying to pick up a first down. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Grab near the marker. It's Pryor. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. It's a draw. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
I tell you, they tried to go draw in the middle of the field. That back had nowhere to go with the football. He was tackled right away for a loss.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
Touch pass on the run. Slithers into space. He'll be run out of bounds right at the 25.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
They knock him down, but not before he picks up a first down for Auburn. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. They'll try the run. Got enough space. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And they pound the rock. The run game comes through late in the first half when you needed it. Now they take the lead. They take the momentum. That's how you end the first half.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Coming out on first down with the play fake. He turns it loose to the left. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive. Maybe run the ball, and then a few plays later, go play action, make it look the same before shooting it downfield. They just did it right away on first down, first play of the drive. If you get the matchup, take the shot. And that's exactly what happened. Nice job.
That last big play, one that can really jumpstart a drive. It's 1st and 10 from the 47. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Sims. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. All the way down at the 33-yard line. It's 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Taking it the other way. The 40. The 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Tiger. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. And he'll return it and try to get behind the blockers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Just enough time for one final play in this half. He leaves it with his back. Got the first down and more. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Tigers will kick it off to start the second half. Looking for blockers. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes that Alabama offense. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
And now on second down for this offense. From the gun, running back on the move. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Lost a throw on first down. The screen, he can go. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt. You throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
Takes it past the marker. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Wants to go up top on first down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Across the 25. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
This has been a real fun game to call, guys, because we've got 2 quarterbacks that are getting it done on the ground. Both of these guys have had tremendous success. That time the defense wasn't in position. They weren't able to rally to him early enough. And you kind of get the feeling moving forward, whichever defense figures out the other running quarterback first, that's probably the team that wins.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The Crimson Tide rolled to that last first down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. Looking to throw on first down.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here comes the Auburn offense. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. From the gun, running back gets to give. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Burger. It's a fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Powers through the defender. He has the first and still on his feet. And he'll finish the line in the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Extra point here will tie the game. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Texas has just had no answers today. They are getting barbecued right now. This team simply does not look prepared, and at this level, you can't have it. They're trailing by 28 to Miami. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Looking downfield on 1st down. Completed pass, but it not only goes nowhere, it goes backwards. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed him for the defensive holding penalty. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Use the play fake, now to throw. Dumps it off in the flats. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover. Pick up the first. The Tigers will hustle to the line. From the gun, the running back looking for room. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. Auburn going to work with another first down.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the first down. And they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down. Let's go fast.
Looking to throw on first down. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Got a good one going here. All tied up in the third. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but, man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella. Get the 6. Get the pick 6.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. The snap sets up to throw. Got it set up on the outside. He'll be brought down at the 46, and he is well short of that first down marker. Fourth down coming. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And you couldn't ask for much more than that. A perfectly placed punt pins them inside the 5. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They evened things up the last time they had him. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's the handoff. Not much room to run. Give him one to the 7. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes a connection. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that one.
And here comes the offense on second down. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he finds no running room at all, and the third quarter is over. Maybe more open spaces coming in the fourth. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the fourth all tied up. So we open the final period with a third down play. The play action fake. Takes a hit as he fires. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it. But the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop. And now you set up third down. And this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Leaves it with the back. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Tie game here late in the fourth. They want to control the ball, and they're not. There he goes. Touchdown, Auburn. They move on top here in the fourth.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And that is how you finish with a 54-yard touchdown run. And here's the return. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Here comes that Alabama offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense shutting down all the options, making sure it wasn't easy to read. Nice job going to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. From the gun, the ground game. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You want to end the play quickly, get in the backfield that fast, get to the guy, and get him on the ground. Nice job penetrating right from the snap, getting off the ball so quick, penetrating the backfield and making something happen.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Meyer. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw has got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that first down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these third downs present themselves.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch, converts on fourth down, he's still on his feet. Oh, he found a space on the line. He is down at the one. A terrific run after the throw and catch. Alabama quickly back to the line. Slams ahead. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Wide receiver going in motion. They're going to run it. He is going nowhere as the defense is manhandling this running game.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
If they can pay off this third and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. Let's it go to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That'll bring him to within 4.
And look, obviously you would have loved to score a touchdown there, but you did the important thing. Kicked a field goal, you're now within 1 possession. Can your defense get you the football back, and can your offense drive the field and put it in the end zone? This is what you practice for. Let's see if they can go execute, fellas.
Here, David, if they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
It definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mind's...
Oh, he's got some space. He's inside the 40. At the 20. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. From the gun. He's going to take off. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Oh, he's going to remember that one for sure, man. He did a nice job getting outside the pocket, but at that point now, he's got to be on high alert. He knows this defense is going to be coming flying at him. He'll be doing a better job sliding or running out of bounds the next time that happens in this game. I guarantee you that.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, that just shows you how much this quarterback trusts his baller wide receiver. He was double covered on that play, and still the QB tried to force it over to him.
Crimson Tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Immediately fires to the middle. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver in the middle of the field.
Auburn sends out the punting unit. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Tide offense rolls onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Get it out to the supersonic guy. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. They'll line up for a second down play. They're going to run it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And I think this offense ran the football knowing it's in 4th down territory. It's 4th and short. It's go time, almost near midfield. To me, this is green light. I got to stay aggressive. I'm losing, but the situation favors me in 4th and short.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He might want another play. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He'll pull it down. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Man, it is do or die time right now for this offense playing at home, and the quarterback just takes the play over. On 4th down, knowing they're trailing, doing anything he can to scramble, find a way to keep this team alive in front of this home crowd. This is going to go down to the wire.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. Complete in the middle. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
They'll move the tight end. To the air on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on 3rd down.
Well, I understand they're trying to catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it, and that's what I'd expect them to do on this next play.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The clock is relentlessly working against them. Down 4, they'll go for it on 4th down. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
And this offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that first down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the 4th down conversion.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. You gotta believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory, as we have victory formation coming. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. Since 1893, this game has meant more to the fans in the state.